Why not? What if? I want you to ask yourself, what if this is possible? What's going to be shared with you tonight? What if it's possible? And if it is possible, why not me? And then the final question is, why not now? So those are the two things that I ask of you as I begin to share with you about BYLD Network. Now, BYLD Network is a company that essentially helps you to build your mindset, because we understand that everything begins with the mind. Everything begins with a thought. If we think we can, we can. If we think we can't, we can't. So when we build your mindset, we help you to build a business. And we have here a business in a package. We've packaged a business for you so that it's almost impossible for you to fail. Not totally, but almost. And when you build this business, you will essentially also build your net worth. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are we? We are actually a high ticket brokerage, and we have 4 high ticket verticals and growing because we are expanding. As I speak, the company is expanding into other areas. But we have these 4 high ticket verticals, and each one of these verticals has a huge income potential. So I know you ask yourself, why would I even consider building a business? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are at least just slightly familiar with the financial landscape that we are currently in, you'll understand why you need to build a business, because nobody is coming to save you. And I understand that each and every one of us needs some extra income, because there are things that we desire to do that our current income doesn't just allow for us. It may be to vacation, to take another vacation that you don't have to save a year for. It may be to save for your first home. It may be to put your children through college without them suffering the burden of having to have student loans that's going to last their lifetime. There are so many things that people have a desire to do that an extra income would help them to do. And we understand that even since the beginning of this year, there are people out there, over 100,000 individuals who have lost their employment. So we know that jobs are not guaranteed. So you better have a plan B and probably a plan C as well. So at one time, entrepreneurship was a should have, could have, but now it's actually a must, because you have to have something. And we understand that this is the age of the gig economy. We see so many people doing DoorDash and Uber and Etsy and so many different things in order to bring in some extra income. And some of those you may be doing them, but at the same time, you should always be open and looking for something else, something that really fits your lifestyle in the way that you desire it. Because unless you're looking, you won't find it. And I love this slide here, because if you look at this slide, how to start a business has been searched over 13 billion results. 13 billion results. So if we're getting that many results, that means people are out there looking for what you could have. If you become a part of BYLD Network and become an independent business owner and become an entrepreneur, there are so many people out there looking for what you will have. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep going. So, I don't know. So many of us don't even know what to look for in a business opportunity, right? We don't know what to look for in a business opportunity. But here's some of the things that you want to look for in a business opportunity. And you want to see if the opportunity that you are looking at fits these criteria. So, one of the criteria is an industry with a big target market and low market penetration, right? So you want to look for an industry that has a big target, but it hasn't been penetrated that much. So there's room for growth in it, right? You want to look for something that has essential goods and services like electricity and water. Ladies and gentlemen, when are you going to stop having electricity in your home voluntarily. I don't know about you, but I'm not going back to a wood burning stove. So electricity, water, these are now basic essential services that everyone wants to have in their home. And you also want to look for industries that thrive in both good and bad economies. Because if you're in an industry that thrives in both good and bad economies, that means that the way the economy fluctuates will not impact your business in a negative way. And so that's what we have. We have all of those things here in Build Network. So let me share with you some of our core services. First, we have our Encore, both residential and commercial solar. Now, that's our flagship product. That's our main product that we got started with. And it's a huge industry, solar. And one of the reasons that solar is so huge is also because of the income potential. Ladies and gentlemen, when we do a sale in solar, the average income for you is between $6,000 to $10,000 per sale. That's per sale. Can you imagine if you did just one sale a month? One sale a month? That could add at minimum $72,000 to your annual income. That's more than some people make annually in the first place. What could you do? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. What could you do with an additional $6,000 in your household? Well, that's our Encore solar. Okay. Then we also have our ADT and Brinks Home Security. Currently, we have our ADT and Brinks Home Security, and we will soon have an additional security service called Ripple. Ripple is a military grade, patented, uh, portable security system. And that security system will be able to be taken with you. Um, Criminals and crooks won't be able to disarm it because they won't even know where it is. And for these systems currently, the commission, the income potential is between $500 and $700 for each and every system that you sell. Okay. So a lot of you say, well, Laura, I'm really not into sales. Okay, I understand that. Neither was I. I'm a registered nurse. I was not selling anything, right? I was service oriented, giving it away. But when I found out that by just sharing the information in the model that we have with my family, my friends, my neighbors, homeowners in my area, that I could earn an extra $500 to $700 that was paid out within 2 weeks, that got me excited because I know that I could use that income. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we have our Rain H2O, our alkaline filtered water. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know, but filtered water is good for your health because it filters out all the toxins, the chemicals that are in tap water. But alkaline water is even better. And our Rain H2O water system, it pays out commissions of anywhere from $1,000 to $2,100. And it's another one of our services that pays out very quickly. So this is part of the core services that we have. And then also, ladies and gentlemen, we have our Smart Money Club. Now, our Smart Money Club, we're going to get into an explanation of what that is later on. But that's where our residual income comes from. Because if anyone is like me, you have residual bills, you have bills that come in each and every month. So why not have income that comes in each and every month as well? So those are our four key services, and we're going to have more. We're going to have travel. We already have a Venti Travel, which is spreading like wildfire, the discounts that we're getting with that, and we have more. So let me just give you an example of how this business works. Let's talk a little bit about solar, since it is our flagship service. So why get involved in the solar industry? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's because of the size and the timing of the opportunity. There are 130 million homes in the United States 90 million of those homes are eligible for solar, but approximately 5 million have already gone solar. So if you do the math, that leaves 85 million homes that are eligible for solar and don't yet have solar. And ladies and gentlemen, solar is here to stay because our government is offering a 30% tax incentive, federal government, 30% tax incentive for anyone that goes residential solar. Now, if that isn't a hint and a clue, what else could be? Well, some of the states that you live in, and you need to just Google it, some of the states offer additional tax incentives. Many of the states offer no 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 taxes on the cost that it will take you to go solar. But 85 million homes are eligible and they're still currently without solar. And there are plenty of incentives out there. So when we offer an individual solar, we have so many ways of helping them to see the benefit of it for themselves. And so here are some of them. Why would a customer or consumer want to go solar? Because number one, they can save up to 50% on their electricity costs. I don't know about you, but my electricity bill has gone up over the years. And so if I could save money on it, which I am saving on money on it because I did go solar, that would be a huge benefit for me. And then the way with our company, do you happen to know if the owners live there? Carla, if you could mute out that person, please. So the way that we have to go solar, there is 0% down with various financing options. Right? So sometimes we don't even have to put, all the time with our company, you don't have to put any money down before you have your solar installed. You don't start paying until afterwards. Now, if you use specific batteries, which when you have your solar consultation, they'll discuss it, you even have blackout protection. That means when these storms come through, it's the summertime now, these hurricanes are coming. When these storms come through, your lights will not go out because you will have chosen a backup battery so that you will have electricity. And then I already mentioned the tax credits, both state and federal tax credits in many states. And then there's an immediate increase in your home value with solar. And then, of course, the greatest reason of all is because it's clean energy and we're doing something to help save our planet for our future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2022, someone went solar every 44 seconds. In 2023, it was every 38 seconds. So more and more people are going solar each and every day. I don't have the numbers for 2024, but I'm sure that it's less than 38 seconds. So let's continue. So let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, what do you see here? What do you see here? You see a community, and I think I see a couple of houses with solar on it, but you have a community here, a huge community that you have an opportunity to share what we have with them. You can share solar with them. Not only solar, but there are people living in these homes that have a need for filtered and alkaline water to promote and help them stay healthy and remain healthy. We know that our body doesn't do well in an acidic environment. And when you have alkaline water, that helps you not be acidic. How about security? Well, with the state of affairs in our country right at this time, and with inflation, recession, when these things are on the horizon or even currently occurring, crime just happens to go up. There are more and more desperate people out there, and desperate people do desperate things. So don't you want to safeguard yourself, your family, your loved ones, your property? Well, security helps to do that. So what I see is an opportunity for solar, an opportunity for water, an opportunity for security. But in addition to that, We have our Smart Money Club. And in these homes are people that need financial education. How many people do you know that need to plan for a secure and dignified retirement? How many people do you know that might have some credit difficulties that need to get themselves out of that entanglement with credit? Well, this is what we have here with BYLD Network. It's an opportunity for us to help people and earn money while doing it. So let me give you a couple of solar examples right here. This was a customer in California who, before they got their solar system, was paying $287 a month on their electricity bill. But after they got solar, their bill was $148. Ladies and gentlemen, that's almost half. But the exciting part about it for you as a person considering a business is that the commission on this transaction was $6,400. And with the model that we have that commission split between the mentor who actually designed the system and presented the consultation, and the mentee, who is most likely you, who brought the deal to the table, who talked to your neighbor, who talked to your family member and said, hey, let me get your bill and let me just share it with my company so that they can do a side-by-side comparison. Your part is so simple. All you have to do is pique an individual's interest, get their bill, and set the appointment. We have professional mentors who do the rest. They do the rest for you. And this is the commission, $3,200 to the mentor, and then $3,200 to you, who is the person that brought the deal to the table, right? That is incredible. So here's another example. This is a customer in Florida. Before they got solar, their bill, electricity, was $410. After they got solar, $290. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we say a solar sales presentation is not a presentation. It's not a sales presentation. It's merely an IQ test. We just educate the individual to see the benefits that they can receive. But look at the commission on this deal. The commission here was $8,200. The mentor who designed the deal, presented the consultation, earned $4,100. But you, who is the mentee, you earn $4,100. This is why we say this is high ticket sales, because for one transaction, $4,100. That's a lot of cheese. That's all I can say to you. So this here is, I want you to pay a lot of attention to this right here, because this shows what energy costs do over time. How many of you have experienced your electricity bill going up over the years? I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you have experienced your electricity bill going up over the years. Okay? Now, if you haven't, if you have experienced it going down, put a 2 in the chat. Which one of you is going to put a 2 in the chat? Now, I don't want you to put a 2 in it if you have solar now. But if you don't have solar, your electricity bill is going to go up. So in this example here, today's payment is $150. But look, in 10 years, that same amount of electricity going up at the rate of 6 to 8% each and every year. And some is going up more than that. Recently in Maryland, they were talking about increases of, over 10%. Okay. In other states, they have other increases, high increases. So we're lowballing it here for you. So in 10 years, that same amount of electricity will cost you $300, double. Now, if you're on a fixed income, or even if you're not, even if you're working every day, is your salary going to double in 10 years? I don't know. Maybe it will, but do you want to spend it on your electricity? So if you look at it over a period of 30 years, because as long as you live, you're going to have electricity. The cost of the electricity cost $225,000 over the 30-year period. Now, it would cost you approximately $54,000 to go solar. Some people say, oh, that's a lot of money. Well, it is, but it's not compared to $225,000 because actually, by going solar, you save $171,000. Ladies and gentlemen, you could buy a house with that in some areas anyway. So you have to lock in your electricity cost now, because if you go solar now, the payment that you receive at when your solar is installed is the payment that you will keep for the entire time until you pay off your system. And your system can be paid off early if you make that decision. And you get that system with no money down, without putting any money out of your pocket. And you also can receive a 30% tax credit if you're eligible for it. Right? So this is so very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman right here is Warren Buffett. And most of us don't take advice for people that we wouldn't trade places with. But this is one of the wealthiest men in the world, and I would definitely trade places with him. And he says that energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history. So I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that Warren Buffett says that energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth. Now, if I were you, I would want to be in front of that wealth and not behind that wealth. So, to continue our presentation, I want to bring to you a gentleman that's going to tell you about some of our other services, but a gentleman that also is going to tell you about the money, because we all came here to really understand how we can make that money, right? And this gentleman is a highly respected leader here in the BYLD network. He has over 10 years of experience as an entrepreneur and a business owner. He is a nationwide licensed solar professional with deep industry expertise. His leadership in high ticket direct sales has actually driven significant success and growth in his organization and in the company. He is passionate about mentoring and has helped countless individuals achieve financial success. But what I love most about him is that he has a strategic mindset and his commitment to empowering others in business and entrepreneurship. He is definitely a valuable resource for anyone looking to grow personally and professionally in the world of business. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to you introduce to some and present to others, Mr. Matthew Acosta. Mr. Acosta, are you there, sir?
Yes, Miss Laura Johnson, I'm here. Man, thank you so much for that warm introduction there. Man, I could definitely feel the love, and I appreciate those words because no one's been able to introduce me like that. And so you know what? I love it. I love the excitement, and I love the warm welcome here, and the way you handed off the mic. And you know what? Ms. Johnson here has done a tremendous job in being able to build up her organization and also just plug into the system that we have here. She's been able to just leverage the experience and the knowledge from BYLD itself and all of the mentors and the professionals here, and being able to make an extra income for herself as being retired. So it's definitely a business that is for anybody and everybody. And like she said, go ahead and keep your mind open here as we're about to go into all of the details of what it really is to take part into BYLD and everything that we have here. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here and get us all updated so that way we can go ahead and close this out for all of us, because man, we got some tremendous information to continue to dive in here. And as she was mentioning, Mr. Warren Buffett, he is definitely one of the entrepreneurs that I look up to there, and being able to follow the footsteps in the energy sector here that he is actually investing his own money into, then I know I am in the right place at the right time. And especially being a part of BYLD, we are with the right company as well too. So when we look at the other products, she mentioned Rain H2O. So Rain H2Os, we get the healthiest water to drink straight from your home, from your sink. And also it actually gives you full home water filtration as well too. So now you're able to transform your home with pure alkaline water for drinking, for taking a bath, washing your vegetables, and being able to just eat and drink a lot healthier. Because whether you know it or not, if you're washing your vegetables, you're washing potatoes in the sink water, all those vegetables and fruits are absorbing all of the chemicals that are in the water there. So by being able to use alkaline hydrogen water, you're now able to, refill up your water back with rich in antioxidants and minerals. It hydrates and rejuvenates the body, supports immune system functions. It may even reduce illnesses and diseases. This is tremendous stuff here. My mom loves this water. I've been able to get this product myself and be able to ditch the 5-gallon water jugs. So now we're able to get drinking clean water directly from our faucet, and I don't have to worry about having to go carry 10 5-gallon jugs and after leg day. So what we have here is the high ticket brokerage, right? So we have Encore Solar, which is our solar division on the residential side. We also have Encore Solar, the commercial side as well too. So not only do we do residential, but we do commercial as well. ADT, we have ADT and Brinks, and Ms. Johnson mentioned Ripple Secure. I am like extremely stoked to be able to have that product come out. That is a tremendous product, and that is something that, like she mentioned, you could take it portable. Doesn't matter where you go, you can always have the secure living within your environment there, whether you're in an Airbnb, an apartment, in a home, whatever it may be. And then the Rain H2O. These are all great products and essential products as well too. So here, when we look at there's 7 different ways to earn in the company here. So we have our personal sales. We're not going to go in through all of these ways to earn here. We're going to go ahead and just touch on a few of them. And these are the most important of exactly how we're able to leverage what we have here at BYLD. So we have the personal sales, mentored sales, team building overrides, the dual team bonuses, and all the extra ways as well too. So when we look at just the personal sales alone, you earn 70% of commissions on your personal sales. The average profit is $10,000 per install. So here we're speaking about solar. So 70% would be $7,000 for your commissions take home. So when we look at, what I want to refer your client, you want to refer clients, right, to your new solar division. Well, you say, you know what, I don't want to sell solar. The best thing about this here is that you don't actually have to sell anything. All you're doing is referring in the business, a friend, a family. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it when I first came into the business. So by trade, I'm actually a barber of 15 years. I've owned my barbershop for 10 years plus already. And all I did was just talk to my client, and I told him, hey, I just got started in the solar industry. You ever thought about going solar? I'll connect you with the professional. They'll go ahead and answer all of your questions. And that's all I did. I entered in the lead. I tagged the mentor for the deal there. And I got paid 50% of the commission, and the mentor did all the work. I knew nothing about solar. I knew nothing about sales. All I did was speak to somebody that potentially was interested. And he was. So being able to use this plug-in profit or plug-in method here, you're able to now not even know anything about the product itself. And this goes across all of the businesses that we do have here. We have solar, home security, water filtration. So we're able to just connect our people with the professional, and now they're able to just go ahead and take care of the deal for us moving forward. So when we look at just referring your clients, right? Just if you refer 3 clients alone, that is $3,500 each. So through the mentor and mentee process, it's a 50-50 split. So $7,000 would be the commission divided by the mentee mentor. With 3 referrals, that's $10,500 in commissions alone. That's by just referring 3 people. This can add up. The more people that you talk to, the more business that you can bring in. And if you even do 12 clients, so refer an average of 1 client per month, just how Ms. Johnson was saying, if you just do one a month is a tremendous life-changing experience. You can literally change where you live. You can change where you're eating. You can change where you go out. You can change the lives of your family and your kids by simply just doing one referral a month. $3,500 each. That's $42,000 in commissions alone just by referring in the deal, not being the expert, not having to answer any of the questions. All you're doing is just plugging them into the professional and let the professional take it all over. At $42,000, that's about more than what a minimum wage job pays nowadays. And you didn't have to clock in and out. You didn't have to ask your boss for a vacation time, or asking if you can actually do one of these sales, right? So this is one thing I love about it. You actually give yourself your very own raise here, and you're able to make the amount of money that you want by talking to more people. And it's all essential products. It's nothing that is actually like a hard sale. People are going to go solar. People need healthier water to drink. Especially the elderly, they can't be lifting 5-gallon jugs into their house from their car to the store. So by being able to help somebody live a better life by drinking healthier water, saving money on the electricity, putting more money back in their pocket, and a healthier living for their families as well too. Now that's even, to me, that's more than what the money that comes in. Me knowing that I'm able to provide a service that is helping somebody more than just what the dollar amount is at the end of it all. So what Zig Ziglar says here the best, he says, you will get all you want in life if you help enough people get what they want there. And you know what I love about this quote is because for myself, I've always loved to be able to help other people. I've never expected anything back. I've always done it out of the kindness of my heart to be able to just help other people and just know that meeting somebody, I've been able to put them in a better position because I met them. So knowing that now we have products here that we can actually help these people in a bigger way, this was the perfect business model for me. And this is what I loved about it, because I can just help people at a bigger scale. And like I said, I'm also a barber of 15 years. I've been cutting hair. So now I'm able to help my clients look good physically and also help them put money back in their pocket and get the healthier water and security as well too. Got the security in their home, in their businesses. And, all around, it's a healthier living by the services that we have. Also, too, one of the great things that I love about this company is that we have the team building overrides here. So when we look at the team building aspect of it, we're now helping other people into the business, right? Where everybody that comes in, you receive a 70% commission all across the board with every single product when you start closing your own sales. The mentor-mentee is a 50-50. And if you want to close your own, that's even better, right? So you have different tiers here as you start building up your organization and helping other people. You have consultants, managers, directors, executive director, even national directors. So when you start helping other people into the business, that's 20% off of your personal people that you introduced into the business. Now, as you start going up the rank, you can hit even a 30%, even 35, 40, all the way up to 45%. And you can even tap into your team's closes as well too on all of the products. You can even do 10, 15, all the way up to 25% team overrides all the way down into infinity. And at the higher ranks there, executive director and national director, you actually have a 2% to 5% company-wide pool. So now the company is actually, compensating you even more as you start helping more people. So it's a tremendous opportunity that we do have here. When looking at a manager with 10 consultants doing one sale each, that's 10 solar deals per month on your team. Just alone on overrides alone is $6,300 in overrides. That's not even you doing a personal sale at all. If you want to do a personal sale and you're closing it yourself, you can now add in an additional $7,000 to that, and that's $13,300 in that total month's earning, which that is a great month of being able to add additional income on top of what you're already doing. Whether you work a 9 to 5, whether you own a business, whether you have other obligations of work that you do, this is completely something additional just by talking to people, plugging them into the system that we have here, connecting them to the professional, all while we help them be able to save money and put them in a better position as well. When looking at a director with the same amount of consultants, helping 2 households go solar per month, that's 20 solar deals. 20 solar deals is now 13,800 in overrides. If you want to go ahead and add a personal sale done by yourself, that is a total of $20,800 a month in that total earnings there. Now, what we look at right here is this is one of my most favorite things to talk about here, right? Where it's what would it take for you to start your own solar business? And not even speaking about solar, this is speaking about every single business that we have here within BYLD, because we aren't just a one trick pony. We have multiple different businesses. We have solar, home security, water filtration. We have another division of the company that we're going to get into in the next slide here. But speaking about just the direct sales side alone, is for you to open up your own business, you're looking at relationships with the installers. You're looking at marketing, accounting, creating a CRM there, a sales team, operation and customer service portion of it as well too. When you look at all of this, how much money is it going to cost you to invest into all of this to be able to structure your business, get it off of the ground and start getting clients so you can start getting paid, right? There's a beginning overhead that you have to invest to be able to start up that business. For myself, I knew that I didn't want to be able to, get a loan or get all this money to try to create all of this whole ecosystem just to get a business going. That's only going to be one business. I've done it already with my barbershop, and it's running smooth. And I didn't want to go and do that again. What I loved about this was that we have all these different businesses where now being a part of the company here, you have access to all of this, and all you're simply doing is just talking to people. It is just a tremendous opportunity where you get multiple businesses all in one. Here, when we talk about the Smart Money Club, this is actually our CEO's very own baby here. And what I like to call this is the Entrepreneurial 101 coaching here, where now you're not only just coming in learning how to be able to refer in these products, but you're also now getting the financial education where you can now do the credit repair on yourself. You could do credit building on your corporation. You could learn tax plan, the be your own bank method as well. What I like to call it as well is financial therapy, right? Because whether you're working a 9 to 5, whether you have a part-time job, whatever it may be, being successful, you need to be able to manage your money. No matter how big or how small, you need to be able to manage it the correct way and operate it and be able to track it as well too. And with the Smart Money Club, we get all of this in one. And I've actually used the entity structuring myself, where I've used a professional in the industry here to be able to restructure my entire corporations so that way I can have everything aligned correctly as I start building in these multiple different businesses that we have here with BYLD. So it's very a beautiful setup that we have here, because I love to be educated further than what I already know. So being able to have all of this accessible to me is amazing. Also, the BYLD Rewards Travel, Shop, and Save. This is a great opportunity that we have here as well. Just by being a part of BYLD, you get a membership rewards app here, where now any of these restaurants, say there's 50,000 plus restaurants, 150,000 plus retailers, there's travel providers as well too. Wherever you're shopping at or attending any of these places, you can now go through this app and you can look at the discounts that are in here, and you can actually use them whenever you see fit for these discounts. So it's pretty cool. On the average, the members save between $2,500 to $3,500 a year just by using these savings as well too. And also, this is a huge part of the company where we now actually, they take care of us to the utmost extent here. And this is what we call the dual team bonus. So the dual team bonus here is just by you simply helping other people and putting people in a position to be able to make extra income. You have what we call is team 1 and team 2. So within these active members here, you have 10 on the left and 10 on the right. When we look at the monthly residual income, there's monthly income that comes in every single month based off of the amount of active members on your team, which is people that you helped into the business. This continues to grow whether you're bringing other people in or not. So that's what I love about it, because you're going to start seeing these numbers stack up. You're going to see 500, 1,000, 2,000. All of these numbers are continuing to grow as you start helping other people. Whereas you can see executive 15 is 500, 500. That's $15,000 residual income per month. Where now I know we all have residual bills. Why not have some residual income on top of being able to help other people make money as well too? And like I said, this is really great. I really love this part of the company as well too, because they're really putting us in a position to where, one, we're being able to offer healthy products and also a better living for the customer. We get compensated pretty nice for it as well too. On top of that, we get educated. We get educated on financial literacy. They're teaching us how to make money. They're teaching us where to put the money at to continue for it to grow without us actually having to work for it, and also build generational wealth as well. And as we start building up our organization, whether it's here and another, and we have another business, whatever it may be, we can get the proper structuring, and we get travel rewards as well too. So it's really great to be able to have all of this under one umbrella here. And when we look at it and say, hey, I love everything that there is here. This is something that I've been looking for. How do I get started? That's a great question, right? So here we have what we call is a builder. So all it is a $199 one time to get onboarded with the company. Once you get onboarded with the company there, you now have your nationwide solar business, home security, Rain H2O. You get access to the Smart Money Club, all of the training that we have here as well too. We have tremendous educators and mentors within the company. I'm one of the solar mentors here, and being able to work alongside and just either you can plug in and just refer business, or you can actually become one of the professionals as well too. You could take it as big and as far as you'd like. And also, if you refer in 4 people, you actually get your membership waived, because there is a $99 a month overhead there. But by bringing in 4 other people and helping them get started in the business as well too, and putting them in a position to now make some extra income, it's not little income either. This is income that is life changing. You now get your membership free. You don't have to no longer pay the $99 a month anymore. You have access to everything that we hear with the company, and you get to be able to be a part of a movement that we have here with the company. So with that being said, if you liked what you guys seen here today, get back to the person who invited you, because man, this is a life-changing opportunity. And if you're ready to change your life and the dynamics of the future of where you're headed, this is the platform for you to do it. So go ahead and get back to the person who invited you. And thank you guys so much. And you guys have a great rest of your night.